Well, it looks like the largest gold miner on the entire planet is losing billions. Actually, what they're going to do is they're going to take a write down for, like, in other words, abandoned project. So, in other words, let me explain what it is. The largest gold mining company, which is Barrick Gold, right? They're up in the Andes Mountains. The construction is slowing on a massive Pascua Lama project, or Yama project. I don't know if I say that. Lama project in the United States, in the Andes Mountains, and will likely take a write down between 4.5 billion and 5.5 billion. Now that actually keeps them, a lot more liquid. As far as the company, it ain't going to close its door, because I'll explain something about when they say they take a write down. When you're doing a capital project, all the, major the cost, the money you're putting out is capitalized. A lot of times it's funded by major loans. And you're buying heavy equipment, you're doing surveys, you're doing engineering, you're doing environmental impact studies, and that type of stuff. All the money you expend is actually capitalized. So it's not recognized as part of the cost of goods sold until you actually start producing it. I'm not exactly sure how it works in the mining sector, but that's exactly what happens. All that stuff is capitalized. So now if they consider it an abandoned project, it's a complete write-off, and you can expense it. So they can apply all the capitalization of all those costs over how many years that is, and apply it to their, put it down on their income statement as a write-off, and it's going to really greatly reduce their income taxes, and maybe they'll have a great loss carry forward. I'd imagine they would, for about $5 billion. Now, that doesn't make them, where they're going to shut their doors, like Barrick's not going to shut their doors. But the thing is, if you go to start that up again, you're not going to start that project up again unless the price of gold goes way to hell up. So I'm giving you a little bit more detail into the story, how things work in business for real. Because anywhere near this price of gold, it's not going to cut it. It's like, they wouldn't have shut this down if gold was at $1,500 an ounce. But maybe gold is going to have to go to $1,700 an ounce for them to open this project up again. And that's a major part of the supply right there. That's a good dent in the supply. So, unlike Eric Sprott, I'm going to give you some real business things here that really go on in the real world. And I'm not just, but the price of gold could actually drop to $1,000 an ounce even now. I don't know. There's some analysts saying that, and some saying, what got me worried is that Sprott said this is the bottom right now. He feels it's the bottom. Oh boy. I don't know, man. But I don't trust that guy at all. But I'm going to tell you just that in the real business world, when they do a write-down like this, it'll be they're not going to just start up production again on this freaking major project up in the Andes Mountains. So now it says the first production target will be mid-2016 compared to its previous schedule of second half of 2014. So they're moving back to production. They're moving forward the production. Well, I don't know how you want to say it. Moving forward in time, the production schedules by 2 years. So they're just cutting back. Another thing is, you can read more into this, because I'm not actually giving you the information as verbatim as it comes off of the wires. I'm giving you my own analysis on it from the facts that are presented in the wires, the information that's wired. But since there isn't a lot of money coming into Barrick right now, it's like the voices that are bitching about the water supply, the mines causing environmental problems in Chile by the indigenous people that live in the area, they're getting a lot louder. You see, the government in that area, or anybody in that area, is going to be listening more to those people, because the big money strength of Barrick just got diminished, because gold is no longer the super high commodity it was. So that's going to be other things that are going to be more problems for them, because you never know. They could just bring out more freaking slowdowns, because it could be over environmental laws. When the money is really there for the commodity, it's like if you have a big contractors or big people walk into an area, say you walk into a county or someplace in a state, and they got the bucks, they kiss their ass. But if they don't have the bucks, what happens with the government? They start listening to all the little people, right? And that's what's probably going on in Chile here, because since Barack is pulling back, it's the indigenous tribes their voice is getting louder and it's getting heard a lot more. So you're not dealing with somebody that's such a big powerhouse, and now they've scaled back operations. Also, Barack said earlier this week it would eliminate 30% of all the jobs at its corporate headquarters in Toronto and Canada. So they got 25,000 employees worldwide, so they're going to be cutting back quite a bit. It's like, it's amazing though, but I think that there's other predictions out there that gold's going to actually go back to 7,000 probably, or 4,000 or 5,000. I think 7 might be too damn high, but probably at least 3. And, if you hang on, you're going to be rewarded because, as I said, the game with QE, they're not going to be able to taper. That's BS, because the interest rates are, in other words, if they raise interest rates, they just kill the housing market, which looks like it's all recovering. They'll just kill auto sales, and that kills the economy. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't just think of the real estate and construction industry as some industry out there. You know what? The real estate and construction industry fuels about 50% of the economy, with all the ancillary industries that are around it that support it. 50% of the economy of the United States. So if real estate starts taking a major hit because interest rates go up, there goes your green shoots, or whatever you want to call them. So they ain't going to be able to do that, and they're going to keep QE on real high. They're going to keep interest real low, and that's what's going to bring gold back on again. And it's going to be a lot. I don't know, I don't know what the hell the supply is out there, but you got to figure if the central banks are buying and China and India are buying, that doesn't leave too much for the American average person. So figure that out.